This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we are the proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit virtual investor event in September 2020. Joining me right now is Tim Warman. He is the CEO of Fiore Gold. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, F on the TSX Venture and FIOGF on the OTCQB. Tim, it's great to see you. How are you doing?
Doing very well, Robert.
All right. It's great to have you back on. So before we get into an update, because we actually spoke with you at last year's Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, let's get a very quick overview and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so Fiore, we're a Nevada-based producer. Our pan mine is operating really well. We've had the last two quarters have been record production quarters for us in terms of gold production, in terms of the gold price realized, in terms of cash flow generation. So really, I think firing on all cylinders there, and lots of neat exploration news coming out of that as we grow the resource. And of course, we're also focused on our development project, which is right next door. It's a federally permitted project that's just 8 miles away from the Pan mine. It'll be a bit of a satellite deposit. We put out a PEA on that. We just started drilling, working towards a feasibility study, and we intend to have a construction decision sometime towards the end of the next summer. So August 2021, we'll get the feasibility out and make a decision to go forward on that. And then hopefully some M&A news. So lots of interesting stuff going on at Fiore.
That's for sure. And you actually already alluded to my next question, which was to get that update, because like I said, we last spoke with you at the Precious Metals Summit 2019, September. We already talked about a few of these corporate highlights. So I'm going to re-ask the question in that, are some of the things that the company has accomplished in the last year or so, has that really hit on the vision that you've had for the company in that time frame?
Yeah, absolutely. We're really focused on growth right now because, right now we're the crazy thing is, so we are currently the largest 100% domestic U.S. gold producer, and we produce less than 50,000 ounces a year. And so our goal is to really make that a significant thing to say is that, we want to be a 150 to 250,000 ounce producer, at which point we think we become a really attractive proposition for American investors in particular. And to do that, I think we've delivered on our game plan, which was to get Pan firing on all cylinders, to get Gold Rock moving towards production. And, just those two projects alone will kick us up over 100,000 ounces a year in Nevada. And then looking at M&A as well. We're hopefully close to pulling the trigger on one or two things this year. And again, pushing towards that growing that gold production profile.
So I have to ask, most companies that I speak with on here are still in that junior exploration stage, doing some drilling, but you're full on production right now. I mean, has this global pandemic at all impacted operations, or have you had to stop the mill? What's been going on there?
Yeah, no, I mean, so far, touch wood, we've been incredibly lucky. I think it helps that Northern Nevada is a pretty sparsely populated place. And I mean, it's not that we haven't seen COVID cases in the area. I think our county has had 10 recorded cases since the start of the pandemic, so relatively small. And we've taken a lot of precautions at site, lots of cleaning and disinfection, keeping people physically separate. We've got people wearing masks at site whenever they're together and, outside of their individual offices or, outside of the cab of their truck. And that took some persuading to convince people to wear masks, but yeah, I think we've had good compliance with that so far, and really, we've had the odd thing where somebody will get sick and they'll have to stay home for a few days until they can either test negative or have been away for 14 days. But overall, no, we haven't seen. I mean, we have had 2 record quarters these last 2 quarters, so hasn't impacted gold production.
So from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now moving forward for the rest of the year?
Yeah, it's it's going to be driven a lot by stuff we're doing to grow the company. So exploration drilling at our Pan project at the existing mine. Still have a lot of drill results to come out, and we're going to have a new life of mine resource and reserve update coming out in the next few months, and that's hopefully going to show that Pan has got a long life in front of it. And then lots of exploration drilling going on over at our Gold Rock property. So we'll have results coming out. We're doing a major program over there of almost 200,000 feet of drilling at Gold Rock, and the bulk of that is for exploration and resource growth, trying to bulk that project up as we go into feasibility. And then, as I said, hopefully some news on M&A. So it's a mix of growth through the drill bit and growth through corporate transactions.
Well, with that, where can my audience go and find everything they need to know about Fiore Gold?
Well, our website, www.fioregold.com. We're on Twitter. We're on most of the major social media platforms. And if anybody wants to give us a call, we're always happy to take calls from investors or potential investors.
Well, Tim, thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you guys the best of luck. Stay safe. And I look forward to our next update.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you. Again, my name is Robert Kraft. I'm your host on SNN.Network. We're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit 2020 in September, which is now going virtual. And we'll see you all there.